So let's talk about healing, right? Because we hear like mental health and, I'm working on myself and all these things. But often we don't really hear about the root of, or let's say the common denominator in our pain. And that common denominator is us. As us as me. So everything I've ever experienced and everything I've ever gone through, who has been there every single time? Me. I have been there. I have been the one to have cried the tears, screamed, cussed, kicking, fighting, forgiving, whatever the case may be. I have been that person in every story, in every scenario. So when it comes to healing, honestly, you cannot really begin to heal until you recognize the part that you played in this process. And let me break it down to you. Because you may feel like, or you may say, well, somebody did this to me, and they did that, and then they did this, and they did that, and I'm the victim. And this may very well be true. And often, sometimes when we're all hurt, and we have been the victim, and we have been on the receiving end of pain. But what have we done with that pain? So, to break it down even more, and these are some people I want you to reflect on this. I have people to this day, and they are grown as individuals, like super adults, over 30 sometimes. And they would sit here and say, well, growing up, I dealt with this, and I ain't grew up without a father and grew up without a mother, and I experienced this as a child. And here we are 30 years later. And you want to equate the reason why you're lying, why you're lazy, why you're cheating, why you're not as ambitious, and you want to equate those things to what you experienced as a child? When are we going to stop creating chaos and blame and roadblocks for ourselves based on the things that we experience as children? And often those things are even out of our control. And not even as children, sometimes young adults. Because as we from 18 to 30, we are learning shit. We're making mistakes. We're meeting people. We're naive. And we're growing from the decisions and things that we make. But how long do you get to play the game of, well, this happened to me, so I'm going to be like this. This happened to me, so that's why I did this. You know who talks like that? You know who speaks like that? When you do something or you hurt somebody or you make a bad choice and they turn around and say, well, I did it because I'm sad. Or I did it because I'm mad. You know what those people are? Well, at least what I call them, manipulators. AKA narcissists. Imagine being with somebody that's treating you like trash. Somebody that lied, somebody that cheated, somebody is not carrying their weight, and they come back and say, well, I'm sad, I'm angry, or this happened to me, and that's happened, and yada, yada, yada. And now you got to return with, oh, I'm sorry that happened. Okay, well, I get it. So now we're not talking about what you did or what you didn't do. Now we're talking about, oh, you sad. So we don't get to address what you said and what you did. That's manipulation. So I want to address all those people with these characteristics and these traits. We have all had troubles growing up. We've all had pains. We've all been disappointed. We've all been manipulated, lied to, abandoned somehow. Most of us have. That does not give you the right to then not to be a good person. To not be a genuine person. We're not doing that no more going to 2025. We can't afford to really do that anymore. To say I'm mad or I'm sad, so I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm mad and I'm sad, so I'm not going to be faithful and loyal as I should. I'm not gonna be honest as I should. We're not doing that anymore. That's what we're not going to do. That's what I encourage you not to do. I advise you to heal, own up to the things that you have experienced, even the things that's out of your control. Feel those emotions. You have to grieve and allow yourself to feel all emotions, good and bad. And then live through those experiences. You make better choices. You also make better judgments. And you're overall a better person. Let's work on being better people.